if I was born in '89, I would just like never know what age I was. People would ask me, I'd be like, I don't know. I'm born in '89. Figure it out yourself. It's like can't do math. At least if it's 1990s, it's like it's easy. Alright, so going into the game. Alright, in the top left as the red Zerg, we have hyvaa for STX Sayle. He's not making a drone. He's not making a drone. Oh, actually, wait, did he make a drone already? No. He's not making a drone. Really? Is he not? He's just... Well, alright, 6 pull. I mean, why not? You know, if you're gonna lose in the late game, I guess don't go to late game. Now to be fair, alright. According to like, I don't know, I think Artosis said this, but like at one point on the Korean ladder, wasn't the 6 pool like standard metagame or something? Because you can actually apparently transition out quite easily. Because what happens is the Protoss goes for a Forge Fast Expand. You 6 pool him, so basically he has to like abandon his Forge and like make a cannon in his main. So you keep the Protoss on one base and then you like expand yourself. And it's actually not terrible. Yes! Best facial expression I've Oh man, that is going down as one of like the legendary GIFs of pro gamer facial expressions. That Flash is just, or Stats is just like, oh no you didn't, oh no you didn't. Oh man, epic GIF right there. Now hyvaa's Overlord now sees the Forge, so he knows exactly where the Protoss is. He's actually gonna just leave one Zergling chasing the probe, not gonna send all 6 Zerglings to his opponent's base. And as you can see, he is droning up behind it, so he is transitioning out. So here's what's gonna happen. You know, he's gonna drone up a little bit. Obviously, he's gonna be a bit behind on the economy, but he can probably grab a couple of probe kills here before the cannon finishes. And once the cannon finishes, he goes down there, he kills the Forge and Pylon, and basically, Stats is stuck on one base, and he also just like has no buildings either. Like he's now starting, I believe that's a gateway. So you know he's not even in like an amazing position anyway. But it looks like the cannon's gonna finish. A couple of probes did go down, as you can see, 3 probes it looks like. So it's 10 drones against 15 probes, but the Protoss is stuck on one base, and now like you know the Zerg can just drone up like crazy. So this is yeah, this is not nearly as like all in as like a 4 pool is in Brood War. Anyway. Zergling's taking stuff down. Gotta be a little bit careful about the building placement here, making sure everything is in range of the cannon. You know, the worst feeling is to defend the 6 pool, but then you know you like misplace a gateway or something, and you have to cancel it and rebuild it because the Zerglings are attacking it. It looks like everything is in range though, so good job. And is now gonna lose his Forge. Oh, I just noticed that when the Forge dies, the animation is like it cracks in the middle or something. It just splits. A giant cavern opens in the middle of the Forge and it explodes. In the meantime, we do see the natural hatch rate already down, and going to continue being annoying. See, this is what I'm talking about. He can kind of like poke that pylon. Looks like it is barely in range though of the cannon, so hyvaa going to pull back his links. And I don't know how much experience Stats has, you know, playing from this position. It was used quite a bit, a few months ago, I believe, on the ladder, but I think people kind of stopped doing that now because Protoss figured it out. You can't just kind of like forgate after this and do quite a good job because you know the drone, or rather the Zerg did take the early economic hit from going for a 6 pool. But it actually looks like Assassin's just thinking about expanding here. There's going to be an Overlord that's going to see exactly what's going on, but he's saving up the minerals, so it looks like going, just getting a Zell and a Stalker, and then just going to expand after this, which is an interesting choice because I don't he didn't actually scout what Hiva was doing. Like, for all he knew, Hiva could have just like followed up, you know, with one base Roach all in or something like that. Like, he has absolutely no idea. And that's like another real big benefit of this 6-pool transition build from Zerg. You just keep your opponent in the dark as well as on one base. And we do see some more links coming out, and not much to defend here. That's a very wide ramp to defend without a wall. And you know, he doesn't even have sentries or anything like that. Just more stalkers coming out. He only has the one gas, just now getting his second gas, just now getting his first sentry. But might want to add, like, so he's adding a gateway there. Probably wants to get a forge as well, just to help wall that in. But now the Zealot is going to get taken down. One stalker coming in to help out, but yep, Zealot definitely going to go down there. And oh man, he's gotta be careful not to lose that stalker. A second stalker comes in, so he will be okay for now. But more Zerglings actually coming in for Hiva. The only thing is, the only good thing for the Protoss is that there's no Zergling speed, so he can still micro against them with the stalkers. But he's gotta be so careful not to get surrounded. He actually shoots the supply depot on accident. Oh man, big misclick there. But it looks like he will be okay anyway. Should probably switch those stalkers, get the damage one in the back. Why is he not switching up the stalkers? Oh man, okay, there we go. Oh, he's gonna get one surrounded. Oh no, one stalker surrounded. Oh, barely gonna survive. Oh man, the Zergling's trying so hard to kill the stalkers. Oh god, run, no. One stalker goes down. Oh, but he saves the other one there. Not bad. He killed like 10 links for a stalker. Not the worst trade in the world, but that was, it's crazy. Also, while he's busy microing there, his money got a little bit high. He does have 2 warp gates now, and is he gonna add a forge here? Is that a forge? Yeah, it is a forge. Okay, and he's also gonna. Okay, so this he's gonna do that little, the cute little wall in there where you wall in to your narrow ramp there instead of walling off the entire wide ramp. So it makes it a little bit easier to wall. You know, we see a lair on the way for the Zerg and 3 gases as well. No third base just yet though. He can probably take that relatively quickly now that the Protoss has gone for his natural, unless he decides to go for some fast Mutalisks or something like that. Really the only thing that makes sense is fast Mutas if he's not going to take his third. And looks like Overlord moving in, going to see the natural start mining, going to see both gases immediately taking it from natural as well. And we do see a Robo coming up for stats, as well as hallucination. Very interesting. Now the question is that just going to be to make some like scouting hallucinated Phoenix, or is he actually going to do some cool, I don't know, like fake, I don't know, fake Colossi or something like that? In the meantime, we do see a third base. For some reason, he's built his third base at the top right third rather than at his own close third. I'm not really sure why this is. I wonder, is this just to fake out the Protoss player? So if Stats, you know, sends a probe or something to go check that base and sees nothing there, he might overreact and build a trillion cannons when he doesn't actually need them. But whatever it is, we are actually seeing Mutas on the way for Hiva. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, it actually does make more sense. See, because he's going Mutas, right? He's taking a faraway third. And look at this, he's also taking the bottom right natural. Actually, this makes a lot more sense now. Okay, never mind. This is actually an intentional choice because when you go for Mutas, obviously your Muta-Ling army is going to be so much more mobile than the Protoss. So it's much more beneficial to you to take far away, spread out bases rather than take your bases in a clump. Because if he took the close third, right? If he had just the 3 bases at the top left, and a giant Protoss army moved out, if it does become a base trade situation, you know, the Protoss player will just clean up all his bases, and it will be quite close. Whereas if he takes, you know, the top right third, the bottom right natural, it's much more difficult for a giant Protoss death ball to go kill all those bases as quickly as a Muta-Ling army can kill all his buildings. So, you know, we actually do see this generally when Zergs go for Mutas, that they take all these far away expos. But, you know, it is quite a late Spire though, and there's a lot of forces up. The Twilight Council is also about to finish here, so if he gets Blink immediately, which he is doing, he should be okay against the Mutas. The Blink will not quite be in time to defend the Mutas though. 10 Mutas about to pop, and Blink has only just started, and I don't think he has any cannons in the mineral line, so actually, these Mutas could in fact do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, +1 attack is also on the way. Looks like the 3rd and 4th bases of Hiva have finished. He's actually taking a 5th base now at his close third there. I don't know if that's quite necessary, because I feel like he doesn't have enough drones to you know, make good use of all the bases, but now the Mutas are moving in here. I mean, the hallucinated Phoenix did make their way into the Zerg base, but did he actually see it? Okay, no, he is adding cannons now. Okay. He definitely knows. A few cannons are finishing up, so it looks like Stats will be okay here. And, well, they're going into the main base. The main army is not in position. Blink is not quite finished yet, but there's 2 cannons in the main mineral line. Looks like he's just going to try and get a couple of probes, or maybe get this assimilator. But now the Stalker's going to come in here. Blink is just a couple of seconds away, so not able to blink in and do more damage to those Mutalisks. And meanwhile, the Mutas also kind of denied the 3rd base that I think Stats was thinking about taking, but Stats actually is moving out now with his main force. Blinks in, grabs a couple of Mutas, and will he grab some more? Not quite. Looks like he actually only got 1 Muta, did some damage, but this army is moving out, and it's quite scary looking. I don't know what Hiva has to defend himself. Looks like, oh, where are they going? They're actually going for the 3rd base. They're going straight for the top right 3rd there, so that's almost certainly going to die. I don't think there's any way for Hiva to defend that base. But you know what, as I said before, it's not the biggest deal in the world. He didn't have that many drones there anyway, so he's going to lose that base, but he still has the bottom right natural. He still has the 3rd base close to hit his main. You know, he still got some mutas, so you can actually just go counterattack now with these mutas. There are quite a few cannons up though. Wow, there are a lot of cannons. He's just going for it with the mutas. That's not a good idea. The Stalker's warped in as well. Yeah, he's going to be very careful with these mutas. I mean, he's forcing a lot of cannons, and the thing is, the Protoss has no 3rd base yet, so, you know, even though this Protoss army is running around killing bases, it's still 2 base against 4 right now. If he kills this base, it'll still be 2 base against 3. So Hiva will still be completely fine with this. It looks like he's continuing to be very annoying with these mutas, moving into the natural once again, picking off the cannon, picking off some drones, or some probes rather, sorry. And we do see the Spine Crawler Forest at the natural of Hiva, so he's going to protect at least his natural and his main from that big Protoss army. But he did lose 2 Expos because of it, and it looks like +2 attack is already done for the Protoss, so really nice upgrades at this point in the game. I think +1 should be finished on the mutas as well though. But obviously they're not going to engage the Protoss army straight up, and looks like a nice little counterattack there with some Zerglings denying that 3rd base once again. But look at this, wow, so Stats actually has absolutely no idea about this bottom right base, and there's really no reason that he would. I mean, it's kind of random to have that base. I mean, you might suspect that since the Zerg is going for Muta Link, he might try something sneaky like that, but it is pretty sneaky. It is kind of risky. So right now, if I, like, from Stats' point of view, he is way ahead in this game. Even though he's taking economic damage from these Mutalisks, he is actually, you know, he thinks that he's kept the Zerg back on 2 bases, so even though he's getting his own 3rd base denied, as long as he stays on 2 bases against the Zergs too, he'll be in good shape. However, that's not actually the case because of that bottom right 3rd, but it looks like Stats might have seen it now. He's moving back. Is he going to go and kill that base? Looks like yes, he is indeed sending all of his units down there. So Stats has now discovered the base. Yep, he does have vision. He's going to go kill it. Now, is he going to send all his units? No, he's only going to send half of his units there. It looks like half of his Blink Stalkers to take it down and keep the rest at home to defend against the big counterattack. And I think that is absolutely the correct decision here. Yep, as we can see, the Mutas going in for a counterattack, but the Blink Stalkers already in position. But that is quite a large flock of Mutas. I wish they would show us the unit count, the unit counting station, to see exactly how many Mutas there are, but that's a very high number. Look at this, them just going straight for the cannons in the main minerals line, killing a lot of probes as well with the bounce damage, killing so many probes in fact. Oh man, I mean, even though Stats is doing a decent job here, I don't know if it's enough. These Mutas is doing insane amounts of damage, and it looks like they are going to have to back up now. But, so it's 2 base against 2 base, but the Protoss has lost a lot of probes, and the Zerg hasn't really lost many of the drones mining down. I mean, he lost some of the drones that he sent to those expansions, but he's now taking his 3rd base again, going to break down these rocks in between. But we do have some High Templar coming out, immediately being morphed into an Archon. So we've got Archon and 2 Templars out, 24 Mutalisks on the map, but there are 36 Stalkers. That is quite a lot of Stalkers, and almost dead even supply right now, 132 to 131. The Muta's moving in once again here. He's just trying to do as much damage as possible. The main Protoss force, though, looks like they're too far out of position, so they're just going straight for the kill here. He might be committed now because his main army is way too far out, but there's way too many Spine Crawlers there for him to do anything. I think this might be game over for Stats here. I don't know what he can do. He's going to lose his natural Nexus. He's got an Archon there, but it's not enough. There's so many Lings and Spine Crawlers here. I do not think this is going to be enough for Stats to break. He's got an Archon stuck in the back, he's got Zealot stuck in the back, and looks like he's going to do some nice Blink Micro here. Nice force fields there. He trapped one of his Stalkers back, but now the Mutalisks are coming back as well to help. And he's just going to he doesn't need to commit with the Mutalisks, he just needs to stay back, stay in range of the Spine Crawlers with his Mutaling. And you know, Stats is kind of committed to this attack because he's lost his natural. He's only got his main base left, and the Archon is doing absolutely nothing. Oh man, a second Archon comes in here, but he's not doing enough. Looks like one hit does go off on the Mutas, splashing a lot of Mutas, but look at the Infestors coming out. A huge fungal on the Protoss army, and that's probably going to be it. Oh man, getting fungled in range of the Spine Crawlers. The Mutas coming in, taking down the Archon, going to clean up the Stalkers, and Stats is completely dead. Hiva even though he failed last game against Lizzie, has managed to take out Stats here in the ace match. You can see it on Stats' face. He knows that the game is over. He's down to 31 supply against the 103 supply of Hiva. Hiva's 6 pool opening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me remind you that this game started off as a 6 pool. Has actually won Hiva the game. And GG from Stats! Hiva takes the ace match, and KT Rolster takes their first loss of round number 2, but they're still 3-1. STX Seoul, on the other hand, keeping their high place in the rankings. What a ridiculous season of Pro League this is. STX Seoul actually doing decently. Jusaju would be proud.
어쨌든 뭔가 한쪽으로 치우친 이런 그 전략을 보였기 때문에 신대원 선수 입장에서는 계속해서 약간 무리수를 둘 수밖에 없었고 그 무리수에 김대원 선수가 안정적으로 하다가 끌려가면서 결국 이제 그 무너지는 이런 양상이 나왔네요. 네. 자, 이렇게 해서 KT STX의 대결 기세가 가장 좋은 팀의 KT였었는데 STX 더 이상 떨어질 수는 없는 거 아닙니까? 변화끝 심정으로 바닥 탔습니다. 네, 변화끝 심정으로 마지막 경기 가장 긴장되는 경기에서 6못을 선택하는 이 패자. 그렇죠. STX의 결단력이 보였고 어떤 일이 있어도 오늘 경기는 잡아야 한다라는 사명을 띈 정말 신명의 선수 10년 동안 올라왔습니다. 네,